Lexi from Cutting Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and today we have a fun video for you. We are going to be making some farmhouse ghosts. So we had some leftover wood laying around the house, so I had Jeremy cut down some pieces to be able to put on the base, and we're going to make farmhouse ghosts. So as you can see, they're all different sizes and it's just leftover wood. You can make them whatever size you want to, but it's just 2x4s. You're going to need some vinyl to make your stencil, and you're also going to need your paint. So I'm just using the plaid, or I think this is apple something. I can't really read it anymore, but this is just matte white paint. And then I also have some folk art in black chalk paint. So before we switch the camera angle, I will let you know that the weekly WOW sale that ends on October the 3rd of 2021, this time is 20% off your entire purchase. And the files that I'm using for my farmhouse ghost are available on my Patreon page. So if you'll give me a moment to change the camera angle, we'll go over how to make it. As you can see, I have my wood laid out. So I'm gonna start off with my black one over here, which this is the biggest one. Again, you make these to the size of what you have. Like, to me, this is one of those projects that I like to do because, like, in our household, you know, between my house and my in-laws house, which is across the street from us, and the stuff with the business, we always end up with like offcuts or small little pieces of wood that it's like, well, what are you going to use them for? Well, this is kind of one of those projects you could easily use stuff like that for. And again, we're just going to paint the entire thing. My battery was low on my GoPro and I didn't even realize, so I ended up having to change the battery. So I'm not sure where it cut off, but I'm still painting the first one, so can't be that far off. So as you can see, we want to paint all 4 sides, but you can take and start off by painting, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and then save the last one, because there are 6 sides to these, because, you know, that's how 3-dimensional objects work. This isn't 2D, this is 3D. So as you can see, I'm just kind of going through. That's great. And just painting over everything. And, you know, as you can see, my paint table is an absolute mess where I assemble stuff, so it really doesn't matter if I get paint anywhere else, because, you know, that's kind of what it's there for. So I'm just kind of going through, trying to make sure this is all painted. But as you can see, this edge is a little rough, but it's okay. You can sand it if you want to. To me, I didn't really care that much. So there's our black board. And I'll probably paint the other sides off camera just in case you're wondering. Okay, so we've got that one done. And I'm gonna go ahead and paint some of the white. So again, we've got the white plaid paint. So for the ghost, we're gonna give them a good coat of paint on all sides. So, but where I like this to be is kind of a little bit rustic. So we want it to have that texture to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want there to be, see how I'm leaving some brush strokes? I want it to be like that, if that makes sense. Like, I want it to not be perfect. Because see, doesn't that make it look more farmhousey? Like something that they would have years ago here in the South. Well, I mean, I guess there are farmhouses everywhere, but you know, it's one of those things that I think of as a Southern thing, but I think a lot of people think of it as a Southern thing. So I'm gonna apply more, like a thicker layer right there, and that's just to get into the holes, because that has some dips in the wood. And then I'm kind of using what's left over right here. Okay. So I'm gonna finish these off camera, and then once they're dry, I will show you how to apply your text and your faces. I'm back to paint my ghost faces. Now I've already painted 4 out of the 5. I just used some scrap black vinyl that I had laying around, and I'm using the same chalk paint, the Home Decor Plaid Rich Black, and then for the white, I pulled out the white version that's in a small bottle. So we're just gonna stamp this on here, and I love these little flat sponge brushes for stenciling onto wood. And if you don't load up too much paint and you go straight up and down, it really does kind of help situate you from like any bleeds and stuff like that. I don't mind a little bit, because I feel like that kind of adds to the character, I guess. Okay. Look how cute. I love this project. It is so far one of my favorite Halloween projects in a while. So we've got all of our faces done. So now I'm gonna just kind of set those out of the way a little bit, and we're gonna grab the base. Okay. So you can see it. Might want to take it off the pick. Now the designs for this are on our website, just in case you're wondering. It is, I'm not on our website, on our Patreon page. So if you're a Patreon supporter, I'm sure at some point it will be on our website, but you know, okay. A little bit further that way. Okay, I'm just using that as a center mark. There we go. Okay, so I think that's on there well. So now we need to squeegee that down. And I want to release it from the tape, but I don't want to stick all the vinyl down. It just makes it so much easier to remove when I leave that edge. You see what I'm talking about, where it's not stuck down. Okay. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna take my felt squeegee and make sure that portion is squeegeed down as much as possible. And then in my same tray, I have the white, and then I have a smaller sponge brush for smaller letters. And then because I loaded it up pretty well, I did take and go in the center where there's nothing and kind of sponge off a little bit of the paint. Okay. And just tap, tap, tap. But as I said, I buy these sponge brushes. I'll check and see if they have them on Amazon. I typically go to Hobby Lobby, but I know not everybody has a Hobby Lobby. So if they have them on Amazon, I will mark them there. So I have an Amazon link in my description box for an Amazon store. So that way the things that I'm purchasing off of Amazon, I can have one place for y'all to go look to make it easier. Now, if you do purchase off that, that is an affiliate link, so I do earn a small commission, but just so you know. Okay, get it right up to that edge. And remember, for this week, the weekly wow sale is 20% off your entire purchase. Now that sale ends on Sunday, October the 3rd of 2021 at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. There we go. I'm loving how this is looking so far. Now, let's see if we can remove our centers. There we go. That's it. There we go. That was a brush hair in it. And see, mine has a little bit of bleeding on the white layer. Sometimes that happens. Doesn't matter. I didn't sand the wood or anything like that. But I'm okay with it looking like that because it kind of gives it more of that Halloween-y vibe. At least it does, in my opinion, because it looks a little distressed and kind of worn, which is definitely, that always screams Halloween to me. Now, I don't know about y'all, but anytime there's like distressed and worn stuff, it's like, oh, Halloween, Halloween. Because Halloween's about the grungy, the old, you know, to me, it's kind of supposed to be a little bit scary. Okay, so let's move this out of the way so you can kind of see the completed project because I love it. So there we go. That's the base. Okay. Then we've got our biggest ghost guy, another little ghost guy, someone to kind of go in the middle, little guy, and let's scoot this away so we have a little bit of space so we don't touch the faces. There we go. And another little guy. Look how absolutely adorable that looks. So remember, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is typically every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesdays we have a live with quite a bit of bonus content thrown in. But I guess that's it, so we'll see y'all later. Bye.